Hi, Mike Griffith here, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution and SEC Country. I'm here with Jarrett Guarantano, and just arriving in Knoxville within this last half an hour. Long day, man. I mean, how long a trip was it? What time did you guys leave this morning?
We got in the car at 5 o'clock, just arrived a few minutes ago, so about a 10 to 11 hour drive, so long trip for him. We were sleeping in the bedroom in Victoria, so just happy to be here.
You got a sister and mom and dad here, and this is an exciting time, obviously. Tennessee fans are eager to see you. I don't know how soon they're going to get to see you. They saw a lot of you your high school senior year. I want to ask you, when you're making that transition from high school level, even at Bergen Catholic, a powerhouse like that, to the University of Tennessee SEC, what are some of the important things that you've tried to work on to get yourself prepared for this?
Definitely speed of the game, just knowing that I have to get the ball out before the receiver turns, and just timing. I mean, that's going to come with the different receivers that I'm going to have to work with now, but timing is going to be an impact, and just having to get the ball to the faster guys.
Of course, Jarrett is certainly one of the most elite, an elite 11 quarterback, in fact, last summer. A very rare mix of a blend of great athleticism and an ability to throw the ball. Which came first for you growing up?
I was definitely a better athlete. I kind of learned how to play quarterback along the way. I mean, I played my whole life, but just really good athlete growing up, and having to learn different techniques and different fashions of playing quarterback was always tough, but it's starting to handle a little bit more here.
Of course, Jarrett's father, Jim, played at Rutgers and then played with the San Diego Chargers and in the CFL with the Baltimore Stallions. What was the most valuable thing of having a father that played pro football? What were some of the things that you were able to learn from him?
Well, just knowing that he was most of the time always right, always hurt my feelings a little bit because I used to like to argue with him, but as time goes on, you just kind of know that he knows what he's talking about. You just got to take everything that he says with a grain of salt and get it done.
And Jarrett, when did you start to learn that you could be a big-time recruit? I mean, there's obviously a lot of guys that are standout quarterbacks around the country, but they separate, and you get to a point where we're talking about a top 5 quarterback in the country here. When did you start to separate from the pack and realize that you could be special?
I feel like after my sophomore season, I got the chance to get an offer from Clemson, and from that point on, I said, wow, this could really happen. And ever since then, I just try to keep level-headed, trying to keep humble, and just thanking God every day for the opportunity.
Right, and he is very humble, very level-headed. In fact, I mean, doing this interview after a 10.5-hour drive, I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. You know, Coach Jones obviously has a good relationship with you. Tennessee's got a lot of tradition. When you look at the different schools and measure them up, do you take a look at some of the quarterbacks that have been here? Do you look at the ceiling for championships when you're trying to pick a school?
Right, definitely. I think that Tennessee has a very rich quarterback tradition, and even just school tradition all around with Smokey and with the championships that they've won in Neal and everything that's been going around. But I think that we're going to be able to get back to that stage soon, and I feel really comfortable with where I'm at.
Do you remember your first trip inside of Neyland Stadium, and what was your reaction when you saw it and went inside of it?
First trip inside Neyland was freshman year. I believe it was either freshman or sophomore year, and I got the chance to be inside Neyland. It was probably 10 degrees, it felt like, inside Neyland. We were versing Vandy in late November. It was really electric too. I mean, it's 10 degrees out. People still have their shirts off and still are screaming at a high level, but it was really a great trip, and really from that point on, I knew that Tennessee was going to be a big factor in my recruitment.
Yeah, obviously. Now, and you were recruited coast to coast. What were some of the other schools that jump out at you? You probably visited, I'm guessing, at least 10 or 15, right?
Right, definitely. I mean, some of the schools that I liked early on, I liked Ohio State, I liked Alabama, I liked Rutgers, which was in my home state. Even going all the way down to the West Coast, USC was always a school in Florida. Those were just some schools that really stuck out, but I really felt that Tennessee had everything, the whole package that I wanted for myself.
Now, if you didn't go to Tennessee, this is all, people always want to know this. Where would you have ended up? And I know that from really your dad played under Butch Jones at Rutgers, so this is kind of one of those things that's meant to be. But let's just say, for whatever reason, you didn't go to Tennessee. Where do you think you would have ended up?
Never thought about it just because I knew that Tennessee was always for me.
That's kind of what I thought. Now, it's looking at the schedule. I mean, there's certain rivals that Tennessee plays every year. Is there a team on the schedule that you look forward to playing for whatever reason? Maybe a team you grew up liking or not liking, or maybe something it represents rivalry-wise?
Definitely can't wait to play Florida and Alabama. Those are two schools that have gone the best of us the past few years, and definitely getting the chance to verse. They're always the top 5, top 10 teams. just getting a chance to versus compete against them should be some fun.
Well, certainly Tennessee looking to change that trend. The Volunteers expected to win the SEC East. Many believe they'll win the SEC Conference. Goal setting for yourself. I know that coming in as a true freshman is kind of you'll obviously do the best you can and let the chips fall where they may, but before you leave the University of Tennessee, Jarrett, what would you have to feel like you've had a successful career? And I know it's early, but this is where these dreams and goal setting start for athletes like yourself.
Definitely 2 to 3 conference championships. Definitely a national championship. Just feel like winning something with your team is more important than self goals. I mean, Heisman's, All-Americans, that type of stuff will come with those type of dreams and aspirations as you get along the way.
Well, you can see why Butch Jones signed him. Team first, thinking championships, and certainly with the resume to back it up. This is Mike Griffith from here at the Holiday Inn inside the World's Fair Park. And Jarrett Guarantano, appreciate you coming. And welcome to Tennessee, man. Keep reading us, SEC Country, AJC.com.